What's going on, people? My name is Terrell Andretti, and I'm the Narcs nemesis. For those of y'all watching me on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That helps YouTube's algorithm pick up this content and push it out to more people that need it. Somebody liked it for you, so make sure you like it for somebody. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is down below in the video description. If you need to talk, if you need to vent, if you need advice, custom made and tailor fitted to your situation, make sure that y'all book a session. I do all cities, states, time zones, and countries, so do not let that deter you from booking a session. If you do not see a desired date or time, make sure that you send me an email, which is also in the video description, and we will get you scheduled. I do night, evening, and weekend sessions, but they are upon request. Just send me an email, we'll get you scheduled. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my new single from my new pop project. It is called Regret Radio. It is off my project Supernova. The performance video is available here in the comments here on the channel throughout the video. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out and leave me a review. It is about my narcissistic experience and what I went through and how I handled it. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. But anyway, enough about me. Today I want to talk to y'all about why narcissists cannot be alone. Narcissists cannot be alone for several reasons. The narcissist cannot be alone. The major reason is because they cannot self-regulate. Narcissists cannot be alone because they cannot regulate their own emotions. They cannot take accountability. They cannot live without their false self being validated. Now, these individuals, they have to put their emotions onto other people to regulate them. They don't like dealing with their own emotions. It's too much for them. Especially if the emotion involves shame or guilt. They feel these emotions on a higher spectrum than regular humans. Narcissists absolutely hate being guilty, and they absolutely hate being shamed or shameful. So if you ever put a narcissist in a position where they have to feel guilty for something or shameful for something, what probably was going to come after that, first of all, it causes a narcissistic injury, which is followed by narcissistic rage. So these individuals cannot self-regulate. They're always looking for somebody to put their weight on. Also, they are horrible at accepting accountability. See, when you're in a relationship, when you're in a business partnership, when you're socializing with people, period, any problem that you don't want to face, it's easier to put it on the next person. It's easier to put it on the business. It's easier to put it on your spouse, your girlfriend, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever. So many people do not deal with accountability, so they'll put it anywhere else but looking in the mirror, anywhere else but saying, hey, this is my problem, anywhere else other than saying, man, I need to fix this, I need to grab a hold of this or whatever. So these individuals hate being alone, because when you're alone, it ain't nobody to put that shit on. It ain't nobody to say, oh, well, my life is fucked up because I made this decision. It all falls on them. So they're unable to look at the next person and be like, it's you, it's your fault, it's this, it's because of that. See, the thing is, why people hate accountability so much is because it holds them responsible for their decisions. Whoever knew we would live in a world where people hated taking responsibility for the shit that they do? And the thing is, these people have been able to not accept accountability their whole lives and have always been able to put it on the next person, the next job, the next relationship. So when people come across things or people or situations that make them accept accountability, they don't even get mad at the behavior in which they have to accept accountability for. What happens is they get mad at the person or the situation that's making them take accountability. Ain't that some crazy shit? So a motherfucker is mad at you because you're upset at some shit they did to you. This is how narcissists operate. They will do X, Y, and Z. They will say X, Y, and Z, and they will focus more on your reaction than their behavior. This is manipulation. Because the thing is, they don't want to look at what they've done to somebody. And these people, the crazy thing about these people is they can hold everybody. They are the greatest at holding other people accountable. They can hold other people accountable all day because it's so easy pointing a finger. It's so easy saying it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of the time, it's because of this, it's because of that. That is the easiest shit in the world to do. The easiest shit in the world to do. So the thing is, when they running across individuals that's making them not do the shit, the easy shit, they get so fucking angry. They feel betrayed, they feel hurt, they feel down and out, or whatever the case is, because now you gotta look at that shit. And now you have to hear you're the problem. Now you have to hear it's because of your behavior. A narcissist will lash out at you over this. It will also cause them to discard you. Because I tell people the discard is not all about finding somebody better, moving on to a better situation. The discard is I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to listen to you tell me I'm the problem, because I created this image of myself. I created this false self. I created this thing that I believe in, and it's perfect. Nothing's above it. Nothing can, nothing can hurt this person. Nothing can wrong this person. Nothing can tell this person that something's wrong with it. Nothing can, because they've created such a image of themselves. Because I tell people, who you are is not what you say. Who you are is what you actually do. So a lot of people will say this, I'm the realest person ever. I'm the real, I'm not like that. I don't lie. I don't do this. I don't do that. And they saying all of this shit. But when you really dissect what they do and how they move, they're not this person. And they'll get mad at you saying that their behavior is not consistent with what they're saying. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. It's your behavior and it's your words. So the thing is, that will cause a narcissistic injury, and 9 times out of 10 it's followed by narcissistic rage, because you've now told them that the person that they created is not real. So now all that work that they did to create this person that don't really fucking exist, now it goes out of the window, and they're pissed about it. I'm talking about pissed. How dare you tell me this fake person that I made up in my head is not real? How dare you tell me this fantasy that I created in my head is not real? How dare you tell me that what I want to believe is not reality? And they will try to punish you for that shit. They will try to punish you for living in the real world and not living in a delusion. They will try to punish you for it. They can't be alone, because when you alone, it ain't nobody to blame shit on. When you single, it ain't nobody to blame shit on. You responsible for every dumbass decision you done made. When you're not associated with a job, it ain't the job's fault you ain't making money no more. It ain't the business partners no more. It is you. So now that they have to deal with accountability in full force, because when you really deal with accountability, it's when you by yourself. When you really have to deal with accountability is when you pushed everybody else away because of your behavior that you wouldn't give up. When you really have to deal with accountability is when you land there by yourself at night because of yourself. When you really have to deal with accountability is knowing you fucked up because you wouldn't listen. Is knowing you fucked up because you would rather feel safe than be corrected. You would rather feel safe than be real, than authentic. And these individuals, they want to feel safe. No matter what. And it will cost you if they have to. It will be at your expense if they have to. In order for them to feel safe, because narcissism is just a defense mechanism. It's a disorder, but it is a defense mechanism. Just like most, DSM-5 disorders, borderline personality disorder, all that stuff. It's a defense mechanism for trauma. So these individuals cannot be alone. That's why they always in a fucking relationship. That's why they always got toxic ass friends from the past. That's why they always dealing with an ex. That's why they always hitting somebody on the side. That's why they always got this motherfucker that they ain't supposed to be talking to, but they talking to anyway. That's why they got this motherfucker in their DMs giving them a glimpse of hope that there could be a relationship, and they ain't even supposed to be talking to them. Because their worst fear is being alone. Not because their worst fear is, oh, well, I want to get married someday and I want to have kids someday and I want the white picket fence and all that shit. It's because their worst fear is being held fully accountable for their life. See, now you can't blame the husband or the wife. You can't blame the mama. You can't blame your daddy. You can't blame this person, that person. Now it's all on you. You can't blame God. Because God been telling you, get your head out your ass. You can't blame anybody. When you spend that time by yourself, I spent the time by myself. I spent years by myself. And I had to look in the mirror at a bunch of shit that either I didn't want to admit or I was too big. I kept being busy. I got this going on. I got that going on. Want to do this, want to do that. Want to do this, want to do that. Moving too fast to be concerned. These individuals cannot be alone because their worst fear, one of their fears, is to be fully accountable for all the decisions they have made and they will make. Because the first thing when somebody get called out for something or they did something wrong, the first thing they want to defend it. Nah. Listen and alter. Listen and correct. This goes for the victims too. Because we develop narcissistic fleas from these individuals and we start doing the same bullshit. Well, nah, let me explain why I cheat. Nah, motherfucker, you got to go. Because to be honest, the explanation and what people don't understand, the explanation is more of a fucking insult than the actual behavior. Because you actually thought that you was justified in doing that bullshit. You actually felt like, despite your actions, you had a right to do it. And that's what people don't understand. That is more disrespectful than the actual act. What's more disrespectful? Somebody cheating on you or felt like they had the right to cheat on you? Because they've given themselves permission. That's the crazy shit. Whatever they've done, they've given themselves permission to do the shit, knowing it was wrong. That's why I say it's more disrespectful than anything, because they've given themselves permission, because that means they sat there and weighed that shit out. And they gave themselves permission to do it. So this is the thing. Get away from them. That way they can't blame you for nothing. That way they can't hold you accountable for their life. That way they can't hold you accountable for their feelings. That way they can't hold you accountable for their trauma. That way they can't hold you accountable for them being fucked up. Because guess what? You got your own shit to work on that you need to be fixing. You got some shit that you need to be accountable for. You got some shit you need to read into, study, and heal. Life is too short to have other people making you take responsibility for their trauma. We not doing that. And they gonna guilt trip you. They gonna blame shift you. They gonna lie. They gonna say, oh, well, you ain't supposed to do a motherfucking thing. Because the moment somebody feel like you supposed to do something, they start taking it for granted. The moment somebody feels like you supposed to is when they stop appreciating it. We ain't got time for that shit. Life is too short. Life is too precious. Let them deal with that shit for the rest of their life. Ain't nobody got time for it. Let them deal with that shit for the rest of their life. Because you don't need to be going to therapy for your shit and they shit when they won't go. Because a lot of people be trying to drag these narcs to therapy and they just won't step foot. Or either they'll go in that motherfucker and they'll be so skilled at manipulation, they manipulate the therapist too. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you need a one-on-one phone session, the link is down below in the video description. If you need to talk, if you need to vent, if you need advice custom made and tailor fitted to your situation, make sure y'all book a session. I do all cities, states, time zones, and countries. So please do not let that deter you from booking a session. If you do not see a desired date or time, make sure y'all check in the video description for my email. Send me an email and I will get you scheduled. I do evening and weekend sessions there just upon request. Supernova, my new pop project, is available on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all check it out. Regret Radio, the performance video, is available here on the channel as well. These songs are about my narcissistic experience, so make sure y'all check them out. Maybe y'all can relate. Maybe it can be a soundtrack to your healing. Until next time, another day, another way. And you ain't gotta listen, but I know you heard me.